A terrible tragedy. We don't often get to hear cases where there's a cheating spouse, but every now and again we come across them. These types of cases are always very interesting because we can't help but wonder why the spouse who is cheated on would react the way they do. Some people forgive and others don't. Some people try to repair the damage and others don't. Some people respond with violence. But today's case is one of those cases where you might have questions that will never be answered. This is the case of State of Missouri vs. Bo Rothwell. On November 11th, 2019, 28-year-old Jennifer Rothwell left her home to go to work. She was a highly skilled process engineer who worked for the DuPont Chemical Company in Chesterfield. On that particular morning, it was raining, so Jennifer got into her 2017 Chevy Malibu, turned on her wipers, and pulled out of her driveway. Everything seemed normal. Jennifer arrived safely at work, parked her vehicle, and made herself comfortable behind her desk. All was well. Around 10 a.m., Jennifer received a phone call from her obstetrician gynecologist. During the appointment, they did a scan to determine the sex of the baby, and unfortunately, they couldn't determine the sex, but it was all good news otherwise. Jennifer went back to work, happy and excited about becoming a mother in 3 months. Around 2:40 p.m., Jennifer left work. She stopped for gas and a snack at a nearby convenience store. At 2:52 p.m., she was captured on camera entering her vehicle. That was the last time she was ever seen alive. When Jennifer failed to return home that evening, her husband, Bo Rothwell, became concerned. Bo was a chemical engineer who graduated from the University of Missouri in 2015. He married Jennifer in 2015 as well, and they moved into their dream home in Creve Coeur in 2018. By 2019, they had a lot to be grateful for. They had great jobs, a lovely home, and a baby on the way. So Bo called her cell phone number. The line went straight to voicemail. He tried again, but she still didn't answer. He decided to drive around to look for her, but he wasn't worried because he knew she would be home soon. He went home and waited. At 6:15 p.m., Bo called Jennifer again. Her phone went straight to voicemail. He called again, but she didn't pick up. So he called her mother, Helen, to see if Jennifer was there. Helen thought this was weird because Jennifer would never just disappear. Bo called Jennifer again, but she didn't pick up. Bo was getting more and more anxious, so he started calling her friends, but no one had seen her. Realizing something was wrong, he called 911. Bo told the operator that his wife had disappeared. He said he last spoke with her that morning when she left for work, and she didn't show up. He also said that he wasn't sure if she was driving to her parents' home or if she was taking the train to meet him for dinner. Police dispatched a squad car and a sergeant to the Rothwell residence. The first officer to arrive observed no signs of forced entry into the house and found the Rothwell's vehicles in the garage. He also saw that Jennifer's purse was on the kitchen counter, which was strange because Bo and Jennifer usually took their purses with them when they left the house. And Bo didn't seem to be acting like a man whose wife had gone missing. According to the sergeant, Bo was calm and collected. While talking to him, he looked like a man who was frustrated but still fine. Bo told police that Jennifer had recently argued with her sister about the baby. The sister thought Jennifer was overly emotional, but he assured the officers that Jennifer was a good person. The officers searched the house and the yard, but they couldn't find anything suspicious. Bo suggested they should wait 24 hours before reporting her missing, but they disagreed and filed a missing person report. The officers talked to Jennifer's mother, who was also puzzled by the situation. She believed her daughter would never miss dinner with her parents, who were getting a divorce. She agreed to send them a picture of Jennifer. Around 10 p.m., Bo posted on Facebook asking for help finding his wife. He put up flyers and spent time talking to reporters. He was very active. At midnight, the sergeant called Bo to update him on the investigation. He asked if anyone had been harassing the Rothwells lately. Bo said he didn't know of anyone who would want to hurt his wife. He said they had been trying to start a family for a year, and Jennifer's pregnancy was making her emotional. He said that Jennifer sometimes argued with her husband, but nothing too crazy. On November 12, 2019, police released a statement saying they were investigating Jennifer's disappearance as a missing persons case. Bo became very active in the media. He reached out to hundreds of reporters, TV stations and newspapers, and even offered a $25,000 reward for information in the case. He begged for anyone with information to contact him directly. He said that Jennifer wouldn't leave him or their baby girl, even though she had been arguing a lot lately. But he couldn't tell police why Jennifer would suddenly vanish without her purse. Bo invited the lead investigator to his home and gave him access to his computer's cell phones and security footage. Police noticed that Jennifer had been viciously attacked, and they had a few theories. One theory was that a stranger kidnapped her while she was pumping gas. Another theory was that a former friend or acquaintance was involved. But these theories fell apart because there were no signs of a struggle. Also, why would a kidnapper leave Jennifer's purse behind? They started thinking that Jennifer could have run away, but that didn't make sense either because she had a baby on the way and she was attached to her family. Meanwhile, Bo was giving interviews and putting up flyers all over town. He said he last spoke with Jennifer the night before when they discussed sleep schedules for when the baby was born. He said she was perfectly fine. He said she had no history of mental illness and no reason to leave him. On November 13, 2019, the community held a candlelight vigil for Jennifer. Hundreds of people attended and showed support for the Rothwell family. That same day, officers searched the Rothwell residence again. They found spots of blood throughout the basement, garage, and utility room. They also found Jennifer's driver's license. She never left their house without it. Bo was devastated. He cried in front of the cameras and said that he missed his wife and was worried about her safety. On November 15, 2019, police announced that they were treating Jennifer's disappearance as a suspicious death. Bo got angry. He accused the police of ruining his reputation in the neighborhood by making such a statement. According to him, the police weren't doing enough to investigate his wife's disappearance. He said he didn't mind them searching his home, but they needed to do more. He insisted that the police conduct a full-scale investigation instead of guessing that Jennifer was dead. He said he understood that she might be in danger, but they had to do more than look in ponds and streams. Bo's bizarre behavior alerted the police. They obtained a search warrant and raided the house. They uncovered more blood in the basement and examined Bo's computer. The data on the hard drive had been deleted, but the police used software to recover some of it. They found text messages between Bo and his mistress, Ashley Wade, which proved that they had been having an affair for months. They also found pros and cons lists that Bo had made regarding his marriage and the affair. Some of the cons on the list included, quote, Jennifer may miscarry due to stress, and, quote, have to buy another house in the suburbs. Some of the pros included, quote, Ashley loves me. I love Ashley. No more fighting. After discovering this evidence, police searched Bo's SUV. They found blood in the back seat and in the floorboard. Bo changed his story multiple times and eventually admitted that he killed his wife. He said that he walked into the house around 6:30 p.m. and Jennifer was sitting at the kitchen table. He said she was on the phone and she hung up when she saw him. He said they started fighting about their relationship and the baby. He said she insulted him and accused him of not being the father. He said the argument became physical and he hit her with a mallet several times. He said he dragged her to the garage and she collapsed in front of him. He said he panicked and called 911, but he didn't. He cleaned up the mess and drove to a nearby hotel. The next morning, Bo woke up, took a shower, and drove to Ashley's house. He hid there until 10 a.m. when he drove to work. He said he didn't report Jennifer missing right away because he was scared. He was afraid he would go to jail and never see Ashley again. On April 7, 2020, Bo Rothwell was charged with first-degree murder, tampering with physical evidence, and abandonment of a corpse. On May 6, 2020, Bo pleaded not guilty to all charges. He claimed that he acted in self-defense. He said that Jennifer attacked him, and he responded by striking her several times. He said he dragged her to the garage, and she sat down on the floor. He said he left her there and went to a hotel because he was scared. The trial started on March 2021. Prosecutors said that Bo killed Jennifer on purpose and disposed of her body on purpose. They said he carefully planned his actions and lied to the police. Defense attorneys said that Bo reacted impulsively after Jennifer provoked him. They said he wasn't thinking clearly when he struck.